Hey, welcome back, ladies and germs, continuing with the same recording session. Nice touch, by the way, naming a country after a country in Final Fantasy VI. That's where Cyan was from.
Mr. Thou has seen many small airships, likely from Castrom's Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. I'm a ninja. The Castrom's supply lines have been cut for some time. I'd wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other...
I like swords.
So it's true then. The Ishgardians honestly fear the worm might rise again. Well, from here it seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, we've got no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage. The aforementioned Garlean take kindly to your presence.
I'll kill them all with my sword. Ah, okay, it's a dungeon. Alright. So I'm gonna pause the recording, and once I get into the dungeon... Alright, here we go, Zodio. Wow. So this is a physical dragon, is it? Whoa. So we're in some ancient ruin. I mean, why are they expecting the damn thing to come back? It's dead, right? I'm sorry, what?! Shut the fuck door. Codpiece clipper, harness snipper. Dumbass! What am I reading right now? Dinosaur balls, codpiece clipper, Kermit goblin. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. What the hell are those things? Oh my god, it's the Bell monsters from Chrono Trigger. Look at them. Einhanda. Are you? Wow, hold on, let me look at you. Let me get a good look at you. My rotation ain't much, so I don't really have to concentrate that much. I can just spam 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh. Shenanigans. What are you doing? I don't know what's going on here. But I'll act like I do. Believe it. I don't think I've ever had to change areas in a dungeon before. Whoa. Guys? Guys? Where are you at, guys? Have I mentioned before how much I frickin' love the Iron Giant models in this game? Oi. You're supposed to be able to move your sorry ass. Get over. Oh, this poop is standing. Oh, God, get out of the poop. Get out of the poop. Don't stand in the poop. And he falls after an intense battle. That was a little rough. I almost died there a couple times. Oh, it's a dragon. No, it's a pair of dragons. I wonder what their gimmick is. Wait, are they dead or just sleeping? Oh, cutscene. Watch them start the fight before the cutscene's over.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from
dead.
slumber sweet?
But you're dead, are you not? Uh-oh.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear
You have a
me.
face! I can kill you with a sword, no problem! Okay, after a very interesting boss battle with some fun mechanics, yeah, not too frustrating, pretty good. We're treated to a cutscene. I said we're treated to a cutscene. Here we go.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
You mean Heidelin? But you're supposed to be dead, aren't you?
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen.
Okay, that's hi, I like swords.
Guided by a star.
The wise old dragon, is it?
My people have heard the song. Ishgard, shall burn.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should have taken up the Snow Lady on her offer.
Sons must answer for their father's
No.
misdeeds.
No, they must not. No. No. Fucking no.
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Roll the clip!
His group has over 9,000 penises.
7 children did I sire.
Okay.
One now singeth of retribution.
So it's one of your kids that's causing all this ruckus.
I rise to join in the chorus.
But you're still, like, dead? Half asleep? I have no idea what's going on here.
Thou art powerless to silence us.
Oh, hell I'm not. I've got a
mortal.
sword.
Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
Come at me, bro. Oh.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted.
I am
but
so gifted.
chosen.
I'm good with swords, and that's all that really matters anyway.
Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent.
To what? Blowjob? What?
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice. Could you spare Ishgard too? Oh, am I about to get some plot exposition? Yeah. Ow! I have a sudden urge to eat a cheeseburger. Whoa. Oh, I haven't been to this place in a while. Yeah. Where am I? I don't think they've explained this. Where exactly is this place that I'm at? Uh-oh. Something wrong with my crystals? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, f me senseless. What does this mean? Oh, great. Now my crystals have all gone dark. I'm gonna have to go fight a lich, a marlith, a kraken, and a 5-headed dragon to get them shiny again. Huh, is Tiamat in this game? Ow, I just had a... Oh, what the crap!
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker.
Yes, yes I do.
Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand.
You still set me up, you son of a bitch!
Mine.
Fucking lizard.
I
shit-eating
did
mealworm.
but strip thee.
Oh
of thy
no, my fucking echo.
mistress's feeble
You took my echo.
blessing.
Yeah, well, I'll have the last laugh in the end, man. I still have my sword.
Thou didst profit much by her grace.
Son
but
of a
no
fuck nugget. Uh-oh. Baby dragon. Aw, it's so adorable. Is that my new companion?
The covenant binds me.
What covenant?
To thee.
What? Explain, mortal. Explain. Explain.
I shall watch, Listen and wait.
Okay, so you're giving me a dragon. Giving me a baby dragon. Okay. Got it. So wait, did you just give birth from your freaking
Fight
mouth?
and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp.
Don't you dragons covet all the wealth? Oh man.
I drink of her body.
Oh my,
and
so you really were giving her oral.
Find new life. When
Oh, I see.
it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice.
Son of a bitch.
The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Yeah, when you use it on Emperor Zog, you can defeat him much more easily, and it pretty much will kill any member of the Dragon Clan. It's like the brown note for them. Brownie points if you got that one. Baby dragon. Wait, is that Midgardsormr reborn? Is that what that baby dragon is? I got a baby Midgardsormr. He's been reincarnated. Back at the Rising Stones. Hello, Lucia. You want to see my Rising Stones? Wasn't there some pretentious French porno film called Sex and Lucia? I think it was. Alphino, how's it going, buddy pal? Praise the 12, you're hale and whole. I came as soon as Milfilia. Who are you, Professor Oak? You have completed your investigation of the Lady of the Lake, I take it. I would hear your report. He stabbed me in the chest, and then I saw my crystals go dark, and that was kind of awkward. And then he got reborn, and now he's my pet. You converse with Midgardsormr? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Wormlord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? He reincarnated himself. Less a resurrection, and more of a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as a moment. He got reborn! Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Almeric immediately. Dumbass! However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgardsormr in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk, lest we forget men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For our own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we now present our revelation to Sir Almeric's emissaries, you may leave that to me. Pray, remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Boone? Yeah. You seem different somehow. It's almost as if you are missing something. Something important. Yeah! A codpiece for my armor! By the way, you wouldn't believe the kind of things I saw in there. 12th offend. Midgard stripped you of the blessing of the light. Are you alright? How do you feel? Still horny. I see. It is a relief to hear you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgardsormr made mention of a covenant. One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Athic and Nimala, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgardsormr ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. So he's a god. I wonder, what was this covenant of which he spoke? And 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself?
Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. Just like the thing we did last Thursday. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly.
You, art thou a pawn, or a master of thy fate? I can put you in a fucking cage anytime I want, so shut up. You're in no position to threaten me, chicken. What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Well, this armor. Lots of things. Many things. Like my crafting gear. Ah, shucks. Well. Hello, Lucia.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
I sure did. Oh, she's giving me the doomy eyes. And he knows it! He freaking knows it!
I give thanks to
Alphinaud
Helene for
knows
your
it!
preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness.
Yeah, and I didn't find a single sword.
Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
Yep, they sure are.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature.
Are they machiculations?
Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
A massive dragon force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different.
Oh, that's a death flag.
And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened.
Indubitably.
I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises.
Everything about your armor is great, except those pauldrons.
I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
I like how they didn't go with the boob armor, because you really don't need the extra cavity space, like... So there's already significant amount of space under the... There's already a significant amount of space under the top plate there, so there's plenty of room for a...
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Damn it, Alfie, why am I you today? Why am I always you? I'm always you. I'm always Alfie. I should have just made a freaking Elzen character with white hair and called myself Alphinaud. The Ishgardians have warred against the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. All in that time, not one of their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgardsormr who roared, called to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such a time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Oh, got some time. Ishtola! Hey, everybody's here, alright.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Excellent.
I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Fantastic.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
I think you still might be a villain. Just looking at your design, it's like... Looks like you're meant to evoke Ultimecia.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know.
Love that
So,
effect, that
an
bubble effect
Ascian
there.
is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal
Right.
realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the
Still
void.
think that might be the X Zone.
Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity
Yeah.
to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Exterminate.
Aye.
To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to
The
work.
denser the better. It's a sword.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of
Oh my
ether.
god, she's a blonde? I had no idea.
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White aurosite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
You want to make a sword out of white aurosite? Or some kind of
Please
alloy?
tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with
Oh,
you.
just
How
fuck
many
already.
times do you need to be told that white aurosite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy.
You want to
I
make
will
a
test you
crystal
later on
sword,
this, so see
perhaps?
to it you do not forget.
A crystal sword.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
You want to make a crystal sword?
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area
crystal
of
sword.
portability.
It's not. It wouldn't be the first time, right?
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul?
Oh, you're right.
Or
That
still
sword might be a
more.
little too big to wield, even for me. And that's why
I
Stola
do
is,
not
is
envy the
definitely in
poor
the top
sod who has
5
to
running
lug
for
all
best
of that
earlier.
around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
Lug all that crystal. Wow.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
The land. So you want
If
a
you mean
sword
to
that
tap
draws
the great
from
river
land.
of ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Well, that could be scary as shit.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
Alright.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
True.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A mile away, say?
A mile away?
If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
Oh yeah, those corrupted crystals are pretty much everywhere, right?
I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh, I've got a bad
If no one
feeling
has
about
any
this. This is gonna
objections,
blow up in our
I'd
face
like
like
to
you
see
wouldn't
where this
believe, I
avenue
think.
leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing.
Groovy.
But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an
Okay,
etheric
zip.
siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether.
I see.
Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
Good question.
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals
Thanks,
of
Alfie.
middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Alright. Sure, what you got?
Has something happened?
What's it all about, Alfie?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum.
I don't want to hear about a bunch of Imperials taking a shit!
During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrom's Sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the Cerulean processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men.
Alright, so we're gonna go kick some Imperial
Though I have
ass.
dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
Did somebody say sword fight?
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Indeed.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you.
Best friends forever.
Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thank you, and Papa Limo shall accompany you.
Excellent. Alright, let's kill things with swords.
Ida and Yashtola. In the meantime, I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
Why bother with the apostrophe?
I believe a brief explanation is actually in order here. You see, at the time I was confused by the lack of a glottal stop in Ishtola's name. I'm not gonna go into it right now, because that would be a whole nother video.
Why does there need to be an apostrophe there?
If it please you,
doesn't make
I
sense.
shall continue mine own experiment.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you're able. Go well, and be safe.
Alright. But I've got to about an hour here. Gonna need to trim some things down, obviously. I want to get this to about 30 to 40 minutes, so I'm going to say... let's call it an episode, and see you next... whenever the hell I finish editing and uploading this. Stake Driven here. Have a good day.